When it comes to picking a security camera for your home, there's a lot of factors to decide between, so let's take a look at the Anran and why this might be a good fit for you. We're going to go over all the features and functionalities, plus what comes in the box. Now, I use this because I really like that it has 360 capabilities. So in the app, you can actually pivot the camera so that you can see it at different angles. This is going to give you a lot more field of view. But because it does have that built-in capability to detect humans and to detect animals, it is only going to be focused on where it is pointing. So you do have to make sure it's pointed in the best direction for picking up nefarious people popping into your screen. It's not going to get it off to the side, but you do have the capability of moving it to check things while you are inside of the app. And it does allow you to put an SD card in it. You do not have to pay for a monthly subscription, which is my favorite part of this, aside from being able to turn and move around. Now, this is really nice because it has a built-in alarm and a built-in floodlight. So it is going to, if it detects something, if it sees something going on, or if you want to turn it on yourself, it can do the floodlight, it can do the siren alarm to scare off potential prowlers. In fact, we recently had somebody show up at my neighbor's yard at like 12:30 at night, and they were chased off by one of the lights. This is going to be incredibly helpful for putting around your home to make sure it's safe and protected from things that could potentially be going wrong. I also really like this because I can spot the animals in my backyard. I can kind of watch where the deer are going to be if I need to be aware of anything. And it has night vision, so it sees in the dark. And you can actually see it in black and white, or you can see it in like a mock color. So I had these pointed in multiple directions in my home, and they're all wireless and controlled by solar power. So you are going to get this in the box. It is your device is already set up this way. You don't have to worry about anything. These are the antennas to boost the signal. There's actually a plate that attaches to the back that allows you to put it up on a wall or a post so that you have the ability to put it exactly where you need to, and then you're just going to be able to slide it up and attach it directly to the wall. And then it does have additional places where you can screw in extra screws to make sure it's firmly mounted wherever you need it to be. To be honest, though, I did not do that. I have mine rigged up a little bit MacGyver style, and that way I can move it when I need to. It's not going to be super difficult for me to take on and off, and it gives me the flexibility of trying it in a space and then moving it around. So even if you want to jerry-rig it for a few minutes and try it out for a week or two, then you can move it around and mount it where you actually want it once you've decided what the best placement is going to be. So it comes with the device just like this, and then it has the back plate as well. Because it is run by solar, you're going to have a solar panel with a prong that's going to be able to move around so you can angle it however you need to get the most sun, and then you're going to be able to mount that to the wall as well, or the pole, or wherever you're going to be putting it. It has a very long cord, so you're going to be able to get it where you need to, even if you have to put it like up on your roof or around the corner of the house to get the sun. I know parts of my house don't get a ton of sun. They'll get like morning sun, but then the rest of the house gets a bunch of sun later, so I might tuck it around a corner where it's going to get better light. It does come with all of the camera things built in. It has your charging place right here on the bottom, so you're actually going to be able to pop that out. And if you're not going to be using this for anything, they do have a secondary plug that you can put in here to keep it totally clean. You can kind of see how it has that opening there. So if you're going to plug in the solar panel, that's where it gets plugged in. But you're also going to start off by charging this in your home. So you plug this into an outlet and you let it charge up fully. Then from there, the solar will maintain it. It lasts a really long time. I actually have one that I didn't put the solar on, and I can keep that battery going for months just on a single charge from inside of my home. So this is very functional, very practical when you're going to be using this. And it also comes with some other accessories. Additionally, in the box, you're going to see they have mounting screws. They do have that extra plastic piece to make sure no water is going to get into your device if you're not plugging it in. They do have little stickers that you can put on places and then drill into it so that you do not have to try to drill through the plastic pieces and potentially break it. It comes, of course, with a charging cord. It is a little bit old school, but that's okay. You can use whatever cord you have, and then more of the mounting brackets for the solar panel as well. It does come with an app, so you can see in real time what your camera is going to be seeing, and you have the ability to take screenshots. You can hold to talk, so you'll be able to talk through your microphone. It's really difficult when you're like right next to it. It gives you the ability to record. Again, you can insert the SD card into it. You do not have to work with any subscriptions. You do not have to pay for anything other than that SD card if that's what you want to be using. And then you're going to be able to go into the history and see that as well. You have motion detection, which you're going to be able to set, and you're going to be able to turn it on and off as needed. and it's going to allow you different functionalities. In fact, let's turn that back on real quick and let's take a look at that. So you've got humanoid detection, day humanoid, night humanoid, sensitivity levels. All of those things are going to be there for you to tweak as needed. If you're getting too many notifications, you can change that. If it's not sensitive enough, you can change that as well. You do have the ability to turn on the light. So the light is really bright right here, and you're going to be able to turn that off. But my favorite part is that I can move it. So I'm going to click on my arrows and it is just going to change the angle at which things are going to be displayed. You can see I'm on my porch right now as we are chatting. And you can see how it's just moving that very easily. Now, to get back, you just tap on the live button again. You can go into history, you can go into cloud, so you do have cloud options, but I do recommend the SD cards, but it makes it really easy for you to be able to work with your camera. And one of the best things that you can do when choosing where to mount your camera is to put it on a corner. That's going to give you a lot more range when you're working with your camera. I've mounted mine a little bit lower so that it's resting here. I jerry-rigged it so that it's sitting on these bars, and it's going to give me a ton of range when I am filming to make sure that I'm seeing a lot of my home. This is the solar panel, and as you can see, this is an all-weather camera, so this can maintain itself in the snow, in the sun, in the rain. The thing is, if it is covered with snow, it's not going to be able to access the sun, which means you're not going to get it charged. So if it does snow, you do have to come and brush it off, but it's going to be fine out in the rain and whatever weather is going to befall you for the most part with consideration. You're going to be able to attach it right here so you can kind of see how this has a movable attachment, and you're just going to be able to direct it. You're just screwing it on here and you're going to be able to move it to get the sun wherever you need to. I've clearly jerry-rigged it, and it's got a really long, like this is a very long cord. This could go around my house, not the entire way, but like a good bit around the corner, and I can just angle it wherever I need to because I have two of these close to get several sides of my house. I can just put them together and they're just going to capture the sun as needed. So you're just looking for places that are going to be really good for getting different angles. You can put these near each other, you can put them away from each other. You don't want anything that's going to be too overlapping unless you buy a whole bunch of these. So space them out, but be smart about how you do it. And you might want supplemental cameras in between, but for the price, you can get a bunch of these to go around your house and get all sides of them, making it really easy for you to function. I do have mine near my lights, and that is because I want those floodlights to capture whatever's going on out here. So motion sensor things going to be really valuable to you, and then you can put that as close as you need. Setup for this is going to be incredibly easy. All you have to do is scan the QR code on the top. I'm just going to walk you through a couple steps, and it will be set up very easily. You attach it to your Wi-Fi, and you're going to be able to have access as long as your Wi-Fi is active. You can see what's on your camera. Setup for this is incredibly easy. You should plan about 15 to 20 minutes, and that is to unbox it, to set up to your Wi-Fi, and then to get it mounted wherever you need. Now, if you are somebody who's a little indecisive or you need just a little bit more time to set things up, it could be a little bit longer, but this is something I set up in just a couple of minutes. And because I had already set one up, because I got more to put around the outside of my house, because I knew what I was doing, I just popped in. It took me maybe 5 minutes to get it set up and mounted and ready to go where I needed it. So this is not a huge time commitment at all, but it's very easy and simple for you to be functioning with to protect your home. This camera is going to be linked down below. I really like this one to the point where I have multiple of these. Is this the security camera that you're going to be grabbing for your home? I have reviews on a bunch of other kinds of security cameras too, but if there's one that I should check out, go ahead and let me know. We will contact those companies and we'll see about doing reviews for you to make sure you're making the best choice for you, because these are really good for outside, but there are some really good ones that I have inside that aim outside. I've got some really good ones that could be indoor or outdoor. I've got a really great range of options for you, but we're going to be taking a look at some others in the future, so follow along for more and keeping your home safe and protected while you're living your best creator life.